Hello, everyone. We're going to start the webinar. So first of all, hello and welcome to the How to Enroll in Classes webinar for Revelle College. Today, we have two academic counselors who will explain to you the procedures for enrolling in courses so you're prepared for your enrollment appointment time. So first off, my name is Arnell.
And my name is Rick.
And we're looking forward to your arrival on campus in the fall. This webinar will be open for 1 hour. We will go over important enrollment information during the first half. We will then answer your questions during the second half. By now, you should have seen Revelle's pre-orientation video, which provides a wealth of useful information on degree requirements, academic tools, and enrollment preparation. We will briefly reiterate some of the information covered in the video during the webinar, but you should go back and watch the video later if you have not done so already. Your appointment time is your enrollment time window. Your enrollment time window is the specific time that you will have to enroll in courses. It starts with the first listed time and ends at the second listed time. Please note, you enroll in classes online. You will not need to meet with a counselor to enroll in courses. By now, you all should have seen your appointment time, your enrollment time window on WebReg through TRAN. If you have not, please go to tranlink.ucsd.edu, sign into my TRAN, and go to the Classes and Enrollment tab to access WebReg. Once you have clicked on WebReg, you will select Fall Quarter 2019 and press Go. On the top of your screen, you should see a link titled Appointment Time, which is your enrollment time window. Once you click the link, you can see when your appointment time starts. It is imperative to enroll in your courses as soon as your enrollment time starts to ensure greatest course selection. Enrollment times are based on Pacific Standard Time, so prepare appropriately. We recommend placing reminders on your phone, computer, or tablet to make sure that you're not late accessing your enrollment time. Your college course recommendations will be available on August 16th. To find your course recommendations, you will go to newstudent.ucsd.edu, log in, and go to the bottom tab called How to Enroll in Classes. Revelle Academic Advising has provided these course recommendations based on your self-reported information from your academic background and your official academic information from your transcripts and test scores. Your course recommendations from Revelle Academic Advising will be for your remaining general education and university requirements that have not been fulfilled by any of your transfer coursework. Choose 1 or 2 courses from Revelle Academic Advising in addition to courses for your major to take in the fall. We strongly encourage you to enroll in only 12 to 16 units for your first quarter. For major course recommendations, refer to the information available in the Major Advising page under Academic Information and contact your major department advisor with any questions. By now, we hope you have seen the WebReg tutorial that explains procedures for course enrollment. You can access WebReg through TRAN. We encourage you to plan a schedule ahead of time before your appointment time begins. You can use the My Schedule tool in WebReg to make your proposed course schedule. You can plan a course to go onto your proposed course schedule. However, pressing plan does not mean you have enrolled in that course. When it is your assigned enrollment time window, you will want to click Enroll to ensure that you are registered for the course. After clicking Enroll, you will need to click Confirm on the bottom right. You will then be enrolled in the course. Once you have properly enrolled in your courses, you are able to see your weekly schedule. It is very important to look at your weekly schedule to make sure that it works for you. Many lower division courses have different lectures or sections, so feel free to switch to another open lecture or section if it works better for you and your weekly schedule. You can also switch to your finals week schedule on the top. Please review this schedule carefully. Make sure you do not have any conflicting finals. Before we discuss waitlisting courses, we want to encourage you to always pick an open course before deciding to waitlist. The waitlist means that the course is full. So if you waitlist, you are waiting to see if a student will drop that course to allow another open spot. You want to make sure you are fully enrolled in 12 units, as this is the minimum for full-time student standing. The waitlist does not guarantee you a spot in the course. Once you press the waitlist button, you can check your schedule to make sure that you put yourself on the waitlist. You should be able to view your number on the waitlist if you get into the course. You will receive an email notifying that you have been enrolled. Please note, the waitlist will close on Thursday of week 2 of the quarter, so if you are still on the waitlist at that time, you will not get into that course. Drop a course, you can use the drop button on your course scheduling list. Before you drop a course, please make sure that you're dropping the correct course. You can also drop yourself from the waitlist. Just to reemphasize one more time, you must be enrolled at least 12 units for full-time student standing. Therefore, you want to be extremely careful when dropping a course. The deadline to drop a course without a W grade is Friday of week 4. Please keep in mind that lab classes have different drop deadlines without a W grade, which is usually after the second scheduled meeting of the course. The deadline to drop a course with a W grade is Friday of week 6. We encourage you to speak with an academic counselor for questions about dropping courses. Whenever you make a change on WebReg, adding, dropping, waitlisting, or changing grading options, please click the Send Me Email Confirmation button. You want to keep records of your transactions, just in case you need proof of the transaction in the future. If for some reason you are unable to get a confirmation email, it is also a good idea to screenshot your web page once you have seen that the change is successful. You may see a schedule conflict message appear when you're on your screen when you enroll into 2 courses that are at the same time. We encourage you to avoid this situation, so try to pick courses that do not have schedule conflicts. This also includes schedule conflicts for finals week, so review that information as well.
Grading options. Pass no pass versus letter grade. When you enroll in a course, you will choose a grading option. A letter grade is required for most Revell GE and major requirements, and that letter grade will factor into your UC GPA. The pass no pass grading option does not factor into your UC GPA. Please note, you will need to receive the equivalent of a C- grade to earn the pass in a course you're taking for pass no pass. Before you try to change your grading option, please make sure you review your requirements to see which grading option is required. Your default should always be to enroll in a course for a letter grade, unless told by your major or college advisors that you may take a certain requirement for pass no pass. For example, your Revell math requirement must be taken for a letter grade, so do not change your grading option to pass no pass. However, your Revell fine arts requirement may be taken for pass not pass. You can see this information on your college or major websites. To change your grading option for your enrolled course, you click on the Change button as seen here. You will then have a screen that asks you to confirm the grading option you are switching. Of course, you should always be sure to press the Send Me an Email Confirmation button as mentioned earlier. You can see the grading option you enrolled in under Grading Option from your course list. The deadline to change your grading option is Friday of week 4. Under the type column on your enrolled courses list, you can see lectures and discussions. Lectures are taught by professors and are usually in large lecture halls. Discussions are primarily taught by graduate students and are usually in small classrooms. Discussions are always based off the schedule of the lecture. There are smaller sections to go over problems, questions, quizzes, and more. Please note, not all lectures will have discussions. Most large lower division courses will have lectures and discussions, and you're often required to go to both. So keep that in mind as you're planning your schedule. To complete a degree at UC San Diego, you must fulfill 3 types of requirements: general education, also known as GE, university, and major requirements. We encourage you to check out revell.ucsd.edu and go to the Academic Information tab, which includes details on satisfying your GE and university requirements. Your Revell academic counselors are here to assist you with your progress towards your GE requirements and university requirements. Please contact your major department advisors for questions about major requirements. We also encourage you to check out the sample 2-year plans online. Please note, only some major departments have 2-year plans available. If your major department does not have a 2-year plan, please use the 4-year plan as a general guideline and adjust as needed with your transfer coursework. Plans can be accessed at plans.ucsd.edu. Select your college, entering year, and chosen major to view your plan. Plans include all GE, university, and major requirements. They will include elective units, if necessary, to meet the unit requirements for graduation. These plans do not take into account AP, IB, or transfer coursework. They're just a guide, so it's okay to deviate from the plan, but you want to make sure that you check in with your college or major advisors as need be. You can make an individualized long-term plan with an academic counselor starting in fall quarter. Your degree audit is a helpful tool that you can use to track your progress towards graduation. First, you should always check the date at the top of your degree audit to see when it was last updated and ensure that you have the most accurate information. The degree audit is split into 3 sections: major requirements, general education requirements, and university requirements. The first section is composed of your major requirements. You can ask your major department advisor for guidance on your major requirements. For instance, if you're an economics major, you would contact the economics department. The next 2 sections are composed of your general education and university requirements. Any questions about these 2 sections should be directed to your Revell academic counselors. Degree audit requirements are color-coded. Red means the requirement has not yet been met. Blue means that you are enrolled in coursework that will satisfy the requirement upon successful completion. This is also referred to as work in progress, and it's notated WIP on your degree audit. Green means that the requirement has been met. Your degree audit will look most up to date once your transfer coursework and AP and IB credits have been posted to your academic history and you're enrolled in your fall quarter courses. If you completed an IGETC agreement, your degree audit will say IGETC certified, and your Revell GE requirements will only list math and natural sciences. Be sure to review your audit to verify. If you completed partial IGETC, any missing requirements will also be noted in the column. Online advising. We advise students online through the new student site, not email. Please go to newstudent.ucsd.edu and ask questions using the online advising feature on the left-hand side. For questions about your major requirements, you can submit your questions to your department advisors. For questions about your college general education requirements or university requirements, you can submit your questions to Revell Advising. You can submit your enrollment or scheduling questions at any time of the day, and you should receive a response from a Revell academic counselor or department advisor within 48 business hours. As mentioned earlier in this presentation, you'll be receiving course recommendations for the fall quarter. Our academic advising team takes the transfer coursework received by UC San Diego into consideration when making these recommendations. If you haven't already, be sure to have your transcripts sent from your previous institution to the UC San Diego admissions office. If you feel there are any errors in your course recommendations, please contact Revell Academic Advising through the Online Advising tab. For instance, if we've recommended for you to take a biology GE, but you've already completed a biology course at another college or university, this would be something good to contact us about. Some of you may have received a recommendation to take either the math placement exam and/or the chemistry placement exam. The math placement exam is mandatory if you've not earned a math placement by some other means. For example, adequate SAT scores, AP Calc, AB or BC scores, math transfer coursework, equivalent to Math 10A or higher. The chemistry placement exam, on the other hand, is recommended but not required. If your major requires the Chem 6 series and you've not earned an appropriate chemistry placement through other means, then you're advised to take the chemistry placement exam. To clarify a few points, planning a class in WebReg is not the same as enrolling in the class. Planning is a tool to help you figure out which classes might work together in a schedule. Enrolling in a class actually ensures a spot in the class. As a reminder, you can see your appointment time or your enrollment time window through WebReg on your Triton Link account. You are unable to enroll in a class until your assigned appointment time window. You do not need to meet with anybody to help with your enrollment time. Rather, you are expected to enroll online once your enrollment time window begins. If you have any questions about your enrollment, we ask that you first review the resources we have provided in the new student site in this webinar and contact Revell Academic Advising through the online advising tool if you still have additional questions. Here are some important dates to keep in mind. Course recommendations from your college academic advising office will be available August 16th. New student enrollment will happen during August 26th until September 2nd, depending on when your appointment time is. September 6th is when online academic advising on the new student site will end. You'll then be able to use the Virtual Advising Center, known as the VAC, to ask online questions during the rest of your time at UCSD. September 20th is the deadline to pay registration fees. Contact Student Business Services if you have any questions about billing. September 22nd to September 26th is Welcome Week. Welcome Week will have plenty of events to welcome you to UCSD, so take advantage of your first couple days here. September 26th is when fall courses begin, so be prepared to start your academic journey at UCSD. Remember, Revell Advising is always here to help, so if you have any questions, even if we can't answer them directly, we'll always point you in the right direction. This concludes the presentation part of the webinar.